I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to answer, this class is mainly to answer two main questions. Why should I observe Hanukkah, and why should I not be observant to Christmas? Those are the two main questions that are going to be answered. And I'm going to warn you ahead of time, as I started looking into Christmas, Christmas is wicked. Yeah. There's a lot of images that may be disturbing. There's a video that may be disturbing. So if those type of things, there's disturbing stuff. Yes. Okay.
Can you close that door, Jason?
Yeah, Dad, will you close that? So where I'm going to start, with Christmas because I think you should end with a positive note.
Okay.
Instead of starting with the positive and ending with the negative. But in order to truly understand Christmas, you need to understand where Christmas comes from. And that's in ancient Babylon. And where they observed the winter solstice. And this is the earliest record I could find of the observance of the winter solstice. But to understand what the winter solstice is, the winter solstice is the day of the year where the sun does not fully rise. And it is the longest night of the year. So the sun will stay very low to the horizon, and not long after it comes up in the northern hemisphere, it will then fall. And standard nights in the winter are 9.5 hours long, and our standard days in the winter are 9.5 hours. We don't even get a full 10 hours in the winter, and on this day, it's even longer. So, and we can see in this diagram, this is what the winter solstice consists of. And as the Earth rotates the sun, and you come to this on the far end is the southern, or is the winter equinox. You can see that the Earth's tilt brings us further away from the sun. So on the winter solstice, we are at the furthest point that we can possibly be away from the sun. Now, many pagans worshipped on this night because they believed that this was the night that their god, their sun god, would retreat into the darkness to fight evil. And on the sunrise was joyous celebration for his victory. And this is why the night was so long, as he was fighting the battle. So, if we go to Persia, or Babylon, this is a Babylonian sun god. His name is Shamash. That may sound familiar.
It does.
Shamash?
Yeah.
Shamash. Now, as I continued to look into this, I started to look a little bit deeper. Now, many Christian groups, many Christian theologians believe that the sun god was where when Paul referred to the devil himself will masquerade as an angel of light. This is what Paul was referring to, was the worship of this sun god. That this was the devil himself, this was Lucifer. And as I kept looking, I saw it was worshipped in Rome, same exact image. Worshipped in Greece, the same exact image. And we can see that throughout the ages that it has been worshipped countless times. The same exact image. As if they had seen this and carved it. But we have a problem. So was this. The Statue of Liberty was taken from the image of Helios.
Okay.
The original image was of a naked woman, and because it was the 1880s, the artist clothed her in the robe of Helios. So if the theologians are correct, and that Helios and the other sun gods were Satan himself, then we have a statue in New York City of Satan.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
So you can see where this is going in a hurry. And that information was in the brochure that they give out on Alice Island. When you go and tour the Statue of Liberty, they have no problem in telling you that this is taken from the image of a Roman god. Now that we understand a little bit about the winter solstice and the worshiping of the sun god and why they worship the sun god, we're going to go into a little bit of the ornamentation of the idolatry. And you're going to start seeing some things that are a little bit familiar. And it's going to be a little bit eerie, is what you're seeing. This won't be so eerie. This is in Egypt. This was the earliest depiction I could find of a plant being used in a form of worship. You see the top where the box is, those are evergreens.
Okay.
And you see on the end with the circle, that is a man eating an unk. An unk is a form of a cross. It looks like a cross, but it's eternal life.
Huh.
So through the tree, he is gaining eternal life.
Okay.
They wore it too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they wore an unk also. This is what's known as a winter's veil tree. It was used by the Druids. The Druids believed that the fir tree, or the trees that lived through the harsh winter, had an immortality about them. So they would take these trees, they would cut them down, they would dress them with ornaments during the winter solstice and bring them inside their houses so that they could be worshipped during the winter months.
Druids, that they wanted to